Hello, everyone, and welcome to North Node Rising. We are going to do a video today on the South Node again. I thought it would be a great video because most of the readings talked about how that Aries full moon affected us and how it impacted us with our South Node, okay? So this today's video is what we're going to be discussing. So the title of this video, Integrating Your South Node, October 2025, Embracing Past Wisdom. Okay, embracing past wisdom. And our objective is about us integrating the South Node um, to help us leverage past wisdom for personal growth. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Forgive the sounds. I am at work, so there's a truck passing by. Okay. So, anyway, we are going to also discuss past experiences and how they can be an asset in your present journey. All right. So, um, when we think of the South Node, when I'm thinking integration, the South Node is more than just about karma. But we generally, tend to learn that the South Node is about the karma, the North Node is about the Dharma, and we think the South Node is fully taboo. Well, yes, you do not want to stay on the devolved side. Every time we're talking or discussing, I'm talking about the evolved side, the evolution of the South Node, and the devolved side, the devolution of the South Node. So we want to stay while we are on the trajectory for our North Node on that evolution side. Okay, so that South Node, it represents your comfort zone, right? It represents your skills, maybe even habits that you bring into this lifetime. Maybe even your habits that you bring into this lifetime. It also denotes mastery and familiarity, right? So you'll find that a lot of your talents in your existence now come from the South Node energy. So do we want to get rid of talents that help us in this life cycle? No, we don't want to do that. So this is what I'm meaning to integrate. We want to integrate. We don't want to discard. We don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So we're integrating these energies. Okay. Of course, you have to watch out for, again, like I said, the potential hindrance because it's so comfortable there. You might not want to do new things, to develop new talent. So, yes, we do have talents in the South Node, so I must denote that. But you're learning new skills with your North Node, okay? So we build upon, we integrate, but we're not going to be afraid of learning something new. And yes, it may be a little scary sometimes or a different way of doing things, but we want to embrace those factors, embrace those things, right? Um, so there is there's certain pitfalls to progressing, trying to move forward with your North Node energy, but understanding that there's some positive things that you can bring with your south node, okay? And one of them is stagnation, okay? Again, we just talked about stagnation and being in that comfort zone. When we're stagnant, what does that mean? Stagnant water isn't good for you. Being stagnant means you're not progressing. You're not progressing, okay? You're at a standstill. We don't want to be at a standstill. We want to be always moving. Sometimes, yes, we have to slow down, but we want to be like the little engine that could chugga, 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 a little bit at a time, taking baby steps. Be like the turtle. If you ever read books about the tortoise and the hare, we want to get to where we're going, and then as we're going through this life cycle, we'll get our legs and get our energy and our fire, and we will start being more comfortable in our north node energy, right? We want to watch repetitive and unfulfilling practices. So when we're stagnant, we may even start doing those devolved things that are very limiting to us. These limiting, even these mindsets, we become stubborn in moving forward, especially if you are a sign. Earth signs can tend to have an issue with that, and even some fire signs. But we all have all elements in us. But I'm just talking about your sun sign for now. So we want to um, watch that, even though we are trying to leave what doesn't serve us behind. We're not trying to totally leave our whole past behind, but we want to make sure that we are not staying in that energy of not wanting to, that comfort zone energy, right? Um, so those old limiting mindsets can keep us stagnant, right? Also, we want to watch sabotaging our growth. Sabotaging our growth. Um, why would one want to sabotage their growth or don't even know that they're doing it? Pardon me. Everybody has this problem sometimes. What does that look? How does sabotage look? Well, sometimes sabotage looks like making excuses, putting blame on someone else instead of taking responsibility, not taking responsibility, making excuses, right? Because it's fear. It's fear. It's trying to get people on our side to see our way. That's fear. That's all fear. And that is self sabotage. We want to try not to um, how do we do it? Anytime we are fearful, I always tell people this: if you're fearful and something feels different and you're fearful, take baby steps. Take baby steps. If you don't understand something, try to get understanding, right? We want to get understanding, get understanding. Get wisdom, seek wisdom. Go to mother, whatever, whoever your higher power is, and say, because why? We have the tools. I always talk about our north node being our guiding light. So we have the tools and we can go to source. Our birth chart is a tool. And when I came out of a certain religion that I was in, I didn't know that. We literally have a roadmap. And yes, we have choices. We have choices, but ask source, ask spirit to guide you and listen to those prompts so that you can keep evolving in this life cycle, keep growing in this life cycle. And we learn terms like releasing or transcending our south node, but really we're trying to blend, and we're trying to, yes, we do want to release, but we want to it's like you got to let go in order to grab the next bar. So you are letting go so that you can uh, get up to the next level. Get up to the next level. So those are some things to keep in mind when we're trying to um, uh, integrate integrate this south node energy with this north node energy, and avoid the pitfalls, and avoid being stuck in uh, cycles that we've already learned. We have already built up on, but we just don't recognize it in it right now. Okay, so look at that chart and think to yourself honestly, oh, I think this is from there, but spirit is guiding me to do more on this side. Doesn't feel comfortable all the time, but I'm going to try, and spirit will give you what you need. Yes. I have in my notes, what do I have in my notes? True growth often comes from understanding and refining what you already possess, not discarding it, not discarding it. And that is the way to avoid the common South Node pitfalls. So um, that is the truth. Yes, yes, it is. Um, this, what else did I want to talk about? The South Node in your life cycle that we are in, it's going to affect everything. It'll affect relationships, it'll affect uh, senses of purpose. Um, and that is important to know so that you can stay out of danger. Stay out of danger. Um, a lot of times, that little feeling that we get, the little feelings that we get, and that's that subconscious. My belief is that it could be that South Node energy. Could some of that subconscious, that saying warning, or could that be South Node energy reminding you to flee from that, or this is familiar, to the South Node because we've experienced it. Flee from that. You don't have to go through that now, so that we can move on, It's helping us to avoid future challenges, right? And helping us to be resilient so that we won't face certain South Node pitfalls. Um, so, what is our call to action? What is our call to action? Well, I would say explore your South Node. Explore your South Node. This will strengthen your North Node bond. Okay? um, understand and navigate. Understand and navigate. Just Google what are the pitfalls of your particular South Node. Okay. And then Google that so that you can, um, your trajectory can be uh, um, on the positive side. So you're going to look up the South Node traits that you need to stay away from. This is the lesson, right? And then you want to look at some of the positive parts of the South Node, maybe some gifts and talents that you have, and try to integrate that in your life. Understanding though, those gifts and those quote unquote positives that were in your South Node chart, it's not where for you to hover there in your comfort zone, because there's new things to learn. We're all trying to learn with our North Node, because this is why we are here, right? Our North Node is our guiding light, but we are not to totally disregard our South Node. And with that, I will leave you, and I hope that helps. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.